he's very joyful, even though he was kind of flat last night.
How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over and look at exactly at what investors and also what are people saying about Tesla earnings, what to expect for Tesla in the near future. We also going to be hearing from Jim Cramer, what he had to say about Tesla earnings. We're going to be talking about also about his prediction on Netflix and other stocks that have drastically dropped this year. So we're going to be talking about all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see right here, we have Tesla stock is sitting at $1,013.30 as I'm recording this video. And the overall market, unfortunately, is going down. As you can see, we have almost 90% of the overall stock market is trending to the downside. And Tesla is the one that is holding strong right now, which is slightly up 0.45%. So as I mentioned in this video, we are going to be talking about what Jim Cramer had to say about Tesla and what other investors are also saying about his picks and when it's related to Tesla too. So Jim Cramer came out last year and talked about his Magnificent 7 picks, basically to go over, for next year. These are his top picks. He calls them the Magnificent 7. So Tesla being included in one of them. So we're going to go over and look at exactly the performance of these stocks. As you can see over here, this meme was hilarious. The first time I saw it, it was so funny. So some of the stocks that he recommended, when you look at the prices right now, we got Roku, which is down 72%. We have Peloton, which is down close to, 81%. We have Square, that is down 58%. So basically, the only survivor from his picks is Tesla, which is doing relatively good and can definitely do better moving forward too. So there are some people that are especially frustrated with Jim Cramer, especially when he recommended Netflix stock at the beginning of the year, where he tweeted buy Netflix. And as you can see, Netflix is down 57% and is continuously going to the downside. So one of the risks when it comes to investing in this high flyer growth stocks is that they could potentially experience a very, very big downturn to the downside. So the most important thing that you want to be doing is, of course, if you want to invest in these high growth stocks, they can easily go up, 50%, 100%, 200%. They can easily also go down the other side, which is they can go down close to 50%, 70%, 80% within a matter of few months. So that is the risk that you're taking. So the best bet if you want to be an aggressive investor and be a stock picker is to basically diversify your positions with different high growth stocks. Let's say, even if Jim Cramer recommended these stocks, if you actually, proportionally invested in these companies, the losses might be covered by the profit that you made with Tesla. So depending upon how you allocated your funds, but the best bet that you can do, especially if you want to invest in the stock market, is to invest in index fund. And if you want to take a little bit extra risk, or if you can tolerate the risk with the fluctuation that happens with the overall stock market, you can definitely pick individual stocks like Tesla or these high growth stocks that are super volatile. They can go up and down a lot within a matter of months. As you can see, we have Square that's down 58%. We have Peloton that's down 80%. Roku down 72%. So you have to be super careful. Now let's talk about what Jim Cramer had to say about Tesla. So there has been fears about, Jim Cramer talked about Tesla stock could potentially go down. I don't personally believe that. As you can see from the meme, which is hilarious, he basically picked all these stocks and they're just down crazy. Now people are saying, okay, it's Tesla's turn. I don't think Tesla, in my experience, Tesla did, but it's just a great opportunity to buy Tesla. And, we're again continuously getting price target increases, and Tesla's continuously growing. And I don't think Tesla is not the next victim from this death cross Jim Cramer knocking on the door. So that is just my personal opinion, of course. So now let's go over and look at exactly what Jim Cramer had to say about Tesla stock, with the earnings, what to expect for Tesla in the near future, and what he thinks about Elon Musk and etc. So
there was a moment where one analyst said, is it possible for you to have $500 billion of cash? in just a few years. And he said, yeah, but it may be worth $20 billion if we don't get inflation under control. This was the most high level I've seen an executive talk about the world. I like things. I mean, we're going to talk about some of these different issues that are niggling. But Shanghai coming back with a vengeance. No one says Shanghai's coming back with a vengeance. This man is saying it's coming back with a vengeance. The no steering wheel or pedal car, which is the lowest cost per mile, that's that robotaxi that's so exciting. He does make a joke about how lithium, he goes, do you like printing money? Well, the lithium business is for you because they're taking 90% margins here, and that is the limiting principle, but he'll figure a way around that. A lot of what I find, he's a chemist. He's a logistics specialist. He's an he's a globalist. You never want to say to yourself that here's a person that can do no wrong. But there really were no flies on that quarter. We can talk about some supply constraints, but the fact is he's got the least amount of supply constraints per vehicle of any one I follow. And it was a tour de force quarter, of which, by the way, there were no questions about Twitter.
No new information from him on the call about his bid for Twitter, 5420, and nothing new, by the way, to share, at least from me, on where things stand right now between him and the board. I'm sure we will get more as we move along there. The stock, though, for Twitter's part, has traded well below that 5420. But as for Tesla, I mean, I'm looking at a Jonas note this morning, guys. Adam Jonas, we consider certainly one of the more creative, interesting analysts, saying it's not so much the strength of the quarter that's impressive, but the gap to the competition. The more we see out of Tesla, the more we're concerned about the rest of the industry's ability to play catch-up.
Well, the only thing that I heard, this is a little oddity, but if you're on the CSX call, which was a very good call, by the way, they're talking about the next big thing in EV, which is VinFast EV, Vietnamese company based in Haiphong, which is being built in North Carolina, which I think is going to be able to challenge Musk. But it's the largest project ever, industrial project ever in North Carolina. But we're going to have Ford coming out soon. Does Ford have the right chips? They need a deal. Does Ford have enough lithium? They need a deal. These are all things that Musk saw coming. So when you're dealing with somebody as fine executive, say, as Dow Chemical, Jim Fitterling, he would say almost no one saw any of this coming. Union Pacific, almost no one saw any of this coming. Well, the almost is always Musk. He saw it all coming. It's funny because yesterday was the day that the Mexicans totally nationalized lithium. They got a huge amount of lithium. So he's absolutely right. Mexicans are extracting their lithium, but lithium is a gating factor. But he's even thinking about other metals besides lithium. He's kind of like the way you were in World War II. Okay, so steel's not working. Let's switch to another kind of equipment. He has a level of urgency that is just unusual in this world. And he's very joyful, even though he was kind of flat last night. It's just not the old Musk.
Maybe he's tired.
Well, I mean, he's running how many companies?
Yeah, he's running, I don't even know how many companies, and he's making an unsolicited bid for another company. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate.
You take a look.
Doesn't seem to stop him, though.
The only person in this world that seems to be able to have the Chinese where he wants them is Musk. The only person in this world who is really shaming the Berlin, British BMW and Mercedes is Musk. And he is having the time of his life.
You know this.
Well, it's joyful. I mean,
well,
it's playful.
Yeah, I mean, just the metrics alone, auto gross margin 32.9. We were looking for 31. The Jonas note also points out revenue growing 3x faster than CapEx. You got one of the most highly valued industrial company with virtually no industrial debt.
Which implies a lot more free cash flow to come.
Right.
That's why that's such an important component. One's going here, the other's going here. That's margin.
Well, it's like Henry Ford. That was Henry Ford. I mean, he figured out he could pay his workers more, $5 a day. Why? Because he was making so much more per car than he thought, because he was a great industrialist. There's a lot of, on the cost score, there's a lot about how many different pieces you need to put together to make a car. And he's figured that out, too, number of pieces. He really is, there used to be like this Taylor system of manufacturing. Well, he's gone back to the roots of manufacturing.
As you can see right here, we have Tesla stock that is trading above the support of $1,000, which is looking pretty good. And it is definitely trying to close positive for the day, which is signaling a very strong stock when the overall stock market is just getting destroyed. As I mentioned, 90% of the stock market is going down, and Tesla is basically, you know, fighting it to stay afloat, to close green. So that is relatively positive. So moving forward for next week, we have a lot of important earnings. You know, big tech companies are reporting earnings, so the stock market can definitely experience more volatility. I'm going to be talking about in another video, of course, so make sure you stay tuned. But of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, and if you want free stocks, check out the links in the description box below. And let me know what you think about this curse. You know, do you think Jim Cramer is knocking on Tesla? Is this curse coming? Let me know in the comment section below. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.